Welcome back. In this video we're going to do some of the problems from the exercises section in chapter 5.3. Okay, so we start with page 295. Alright, I'm not going to do all the problems. I'm just going to do a few problems throughout the entire section. So let's look at 1D. 1D we have negative 5 and 3/8, and we're going to multiply that by negative 24. Okay, so how do we go about doing that? Well, I would say that the best way of going about doing this is to change these both into improper fractions. Okay, well, to change the negative 24 into a proper fraction, that's easy. All you have to do is put a 1 underneath it. To do this is pretty easy as well. You times this 8 by this 5, that makes 40, plus the 3, so it's 43 over 8. Alright, so negative 43. So it's going to be times by negative 24 over 1, okay? And let's erase this up above so we can have more room. Okay, so now we're done with this. Well, before we multiply straight across, let's take into consideration that we can factor this and maybe cancel out this 8 at the same time. So what is 24? Well, 24 is also 8 times 3. Alright, so we could cancel out this 8 and 8 there. So now what we're left with is a negative, a 3, and a negative 43 on top. And below is just this 1. So this can be rewritten as negative 43 times 3, okay? And negative 43 times 3, let's figure that out. Okay, now it's negative 3, by the way, sorry. So 3 times 3 is 9, and 3 times 4 is 12. So it's going to be a positive 129 because two negatives make a positive, so the answer to this is 129. Okay? Alright, let's move this up and out of the way. Let's also do, by the way, that was 1D, so let's do 1A, okay? So 1A is 3 2/3 multiplied by 1 4/5. Now I would change these both into proper fractions, so let's make them a proper fraction. So 3 times 3 is 9 plus 2, so that's going to be 11/3. And 5 times 1 is 5 plus 9, so it's going to be 9/5. 9/5. Now let's see if we can cancel anything out, and we can. See this? 9 is also 3 times 3. And now we have a 3 on top and 3 on bottom. So what we have is we have the ability to cancel these out. So now all we have left is a 3 on top and 11 on top and then 5 on bottom. So that turns into 33 over 5. And then it tells you to write your answer as a mixed number if possible, right? If necessary. And in this case we can. So how many times does 5 go into 33? Well, it goes into it 6 times. 5 times 6 is 30. And then you have a remainder of 3, so it's 6 3/5. Now, I did that in my brain. I'll show you how I did that. Long division, okay? 33. Does 5 go into 3? No, it doesn't. Does 5 go into 33? Yes, it does, 6 times. So you have a 30 there, and now you have a remainder of 3. So that remainder of 3 is divided by 5, so it's 5 3/5. All right, let's do 2A. Let's move this up and out of the way again. Okay, So 2a. Let's use a different color, shall we? Alright, so 2a, it's going to be 3 and 2/7. I'm going to divide it by 1 and 9/14. Alright, so the first thing to do here is to make both of these improper fractions. So what's this as improper fraction? So let's look at that. That's 7 times 3 is 21, plus 2 is 23. So this is 23/7. And we're going to divide it by this improper fraction. So let's make it improper. 14 times 1 is 14, plus 9 is 23. Alright, 23/14. Now, we need to make change this to its reciprocal and then multiply it. So let's do that now. So this is 23/7, and we're going to times it by 14/23. Now before we multiply straight across, let's cancel some things out. We can cancel out the 23 and the 23, and this 14 is actually 2 times 7, so we can cancel out the 7 and the 7. So all we have left is a 2, so the answer is 2. Now it's 2. Technically, when we cancel things out, see this, we cancel this out, it leaves a 1 down below. So there's really a 1 here, and then there's also a 1 over here. And this 7 turned into a 1 as well, and this 23 turned into 1. So basically what we have is we have 1, 2, 1, and then 1's on bottom. Well, 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 1 is 2, and then divide it by 1, and divide it by 1, and it's still 2. So the answer in this case is 2. Okay? All right, let's make some more room, and we'll move forward with the next one. So 2D, let's look at 2D. This one's slightly more complicated. So 2D is -12 2/3 divided by -3 1/6. So let's first change this into both of these into a proper fraction. So 3 times 12 is 36, plus 2 is 38. So let's write that down. So this is going to be 38/3. Okay? And then we're going to do this one now. So let's make that one. Let's make that one improper fraction. So 6 times 3 is 18, plus 1 is 19/6. Then, of course, we need to make sure that we add these negatives, right? Because they're negative. So let's double check real quick. 3 times 12 is 36, plus 2 is 38/3. Yep. And the 6 times 3 is 18, plus 1 is 19. So that's correct. Now, we're dividing by this right here. So when we divide a fraction, we're actually going to flip it over, which is called finding as a reciprocal, and then we're going to multiply this reciprocal to that. So let's redo this. So -38/3 multiplied by 6/19. Okay, and this negative. So what is 38? Can that be reduced? Well, I believe it can. 38 can be reduced to excuse me. 38 can be reduced to 2 times 19. And the 6 can be reduced to 2 times 3. Well, that makes it very convenient. What we have then is the ability to cancel out the 3's, the 19's as well, both of those. Now all we have left is a -2 and a -2. Well, -2 times -2 equals 4. So that right there is the answer. Okay? So that was 2D. Let's move on to 3. So 3. 3 is on page 296 if you have your book. And I'm going to just do probably just 2 of these, okay? Let's first do 3D. So 3D is written as such. 2 divided by 3, all to the power of 5. So what that really is saying is we're going to have 2 to the power of 5 divided by 3 to the power of 5, okay? So let's do the math. First off, let's do the 2's up above. So 2 to the 5th power, well, I have that memorized, that's 32, okay? And 3 to the 5th power, I don't have that memorized, so we're going to have to write that out. So here we go. 3 times 3, so let's just do it. Let's do it step by step. Okay, 3 times 3 is 9. And then bring down this other 3. Now it's 27. Bring down this other 3. Now that's 81. So far I have it all memorized. Now we just got to figure out what this is. 81 times 3 is 3. And what do we have here? This times this is 24. So I believe it's 243. So yes, it's 243. So what we have down below is 243. And then we see if we can reduce it. In this case, I don't think we can. We could play around with some numbers. 3 goes into 32. No, it doesn't. Does 3 go into 243? Indeed it does. It gives you 81, but that's not going to work. How about 2? 2 goes into this, yes. It makes it a 16, but 2 doesn't go into this. I don't think we can reduce it. What about 6? 6 could go into 32. No, it can't. About 4 could go into 32. Go into it 8 times, but 4 doesn't go into this. What else can go into 32? Well, 8, like I said, it goes into 32. I don't think there's anything else. I mean, well, there's 16, but 16 doesn't go into this. So yeah, this is the answer right here. The final answer is this. So that was 3D. All right. All right. Let's do one more of the 3's. Just one more. I'll let you guys do the rest. Let's do H, because that one looks like it may be slightly more difficult than one is used to. So here we go. H. Oh, I don't really like that color. You can't really see it very well. Let's try this one. There we go, that's better. So H is the square root of 375 over 15. So the question at hand is, can you square root that? Well, it doesn't look like you can. Can you square root 15? No, you can't. 375, I don't think of anything that can be squared that equals that. Yeah, 15 times 15 I think is 225. So yeah, that's not going to work. So I think what we can do here is we can just divide the 15 into the 375, and if we divide the 15 into the 375, we may get a number that can be square rooted. So let's try that out. I just double checked. I don't like to be wrong. 15 squared is indeed 225. Anyway, so we got to divide this. So let's give it a try. So here we go. Put the 15 on the outside and the 375 on the inside. And let's see if we can do this. Well, does 15 go into 3? No, it doesn't. Does 15 go into 37? It does, 2 times. All right. And then there's a remainder of 7. And then we bring down the 5. Excuse me. We bring down the 5. So how many times does 15 go into 75? Well, 15 times 2 is 30, so 15 times 4 would be 60, right? Just some deductive reasoning, some common sense. So if we do 15 times 5, we're going to get 75, indeed. And that's that. So now it's actually the square root of 25, which equals 5. So the answer is 5. All right, we're gonna put we're gonna end this video because it's getting pretty long, and then we're going to continue with 4, and we'll make probably another 2 more videos and finish this up. All right, I hope to see you in the next video.